Happening now. Oh, I left the music on. Happening right now. From east to west, Amazon AMA. Ask your mom anything. We're going to talk all about Amazon, and we're going to have some lo-fi, some chill hop. I mean, hip hop. You know, it says chill hop. I thought I read that wrong. Anyway, welcome to East to West, Amazon AMA. We're going to talk about all stuff Amazon today. So bring your questions, bring your dirty draws, and let's get into it. I did not rehearse that. All right, with me, my name is Michael Marr. I am the Chief Idea Officer of Cartology. We are a service agency that helps brands to grow and win on Amazon. I am joined by Brett Bohannon, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Brett, welcome as a co-host and co-founder. Actually, might even be the founder. I'm just a co-founder of this AMA. What's good?
Oh, not much, man. I'm Brett Bohannon, Amazon with Brett. All kinds of good consulting stuff for
Tell
Amazon.
us more about Amazon with Brett.
Oh, so many different things with it. Do full service management for a handful of clients, consulting for others. Amazon with Brett is mainly, and then the Amazon Cowboy is a. I don't have my cowboy hat on today.
That's okay.
But it's mainly a community that I just launched through a couple years of kind of consulting, coaching, one-on-ones, et cetera, et cetera. Kind of put it all together and started a little community on Patreon for people who are interested in the catalog aspect of Amazon.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to put that link here in the chat for people if they want to join. But it's Amazon Cowboy, roping in your Amazon catalog. Why? Why is it Amazon catalog?
To be
Amazon
honest,
Cowboy, excuse me, sorry.
I got all into Cowboys since Yellowstone, the show.
The show. I was like, you went to Yellowstone? Gotcha.
Yeah. But I like the idea about how Cowboys work. They kind of just get in, get dirty, and get it done. And it's very similar to catalog work on Amazon. It's very dirty. Gotta get your hands dirty. Very mind perplexing because nothing really makes sense. And it's, you just got to get dirty with it and you just get it done. So that's kind of why I said Amazon Cowboy, and it kind of stemmed off of, we went to Shop Talk and I wore a cowboy hat and everyone loved it.
I don't wear hats, and I was like, I should have worn a hat, maybe a cowboy hat specifically.
We got a lot of people going, nice hat, and then like pulling me off to the side and be like, what do you do? What's this? What's this and this? So
I'm telling you, man, in sales, anything you can do to get people to pay attention to you,
yeah,
and they want to ask you something, I think that's legit.
To stand out from the crowd.
So the Amazon catalog, getting your hands dirty. Why do you have to get your hands dirty when it comes to Amazon's catalog? You know, I know. Why don't you explain to our 1,000 viewers?
Because I thought there's 2,000 on right now.
Oh, 2,000. I'm sorry. I was reporting error.
Yeah. Man, I would say because the catalog's it's unsexy, it's hard, it's not intuitive, really. You think you'd be able to change something and sometimes you can't, or you think you'd be able to fix something and you can't. Amazon changes things so they don't tell you. Subcategories, categories, new categories. They might just move your product into a category. See it all the time. So you kind of have to get your hands dirty and figure out why all those things are happening and how you can just kind of roll with it, sort of say.
Let's walk through maybe a scenario of that and talk about what you do in the scenario, because I think this might help people, even if we don't, have a boatload of questions today. What, let's say Amazon changes your category. I actually heard a really crazy one. Someone had a food product or a lawn and garden product that got categorized as a apparel. It was definitely not apparel. So that's something like that happens.
Yeah.
First of all, how do you know something like that is happening?
That's a good question. There are some, I believe there's some softwares out there that can give you alerts for things like that are happening. A lot of them are buy box. If you lose the buy box, price changes, come onto your listing, things like that. And I think some of them might actually give you alert, like if a category or something changes. That's one way, but another way is just looking at your listings constantly. I use Keepa for that. So if I see a change in the category, I can look and see. It's just keeping your eyes on the prize, sort of say. And then that'd be the best, because if you're not paying attention to your listing, and that's even front end too, you'll be kind of left in the dust. I always like doing that for my clients, is on the back end. If you're looking at the back end and you're looking at all that stuff, and that's great. But then if you look at the front end, you're seeing what potential changes Amazon is making, whether that's for your category, whether that's for new back end attributes that are showing up on your listing underneath, right above your bullet points, underneath the title and all that good stuff. You won't know that unless you're looking front end. And especially if you're looking front end on your competitors too, because what if you don't have those attributes in your back end filled out, but they do? It's going to show up. There's a couple examples I put on LinkedIn I think it was a month or two ago.
What is LinkedIn? Oh, wait, I'm live on LinkedIn right now.
That's a good question. What is LinkedIn?
August 10th. Oh, okay. I got the date right. Good job, Michael. So one of the things I was going to say is if you see a big shift in sales, one day over the other, that's another way it could be a sign that you're dealing with a catalog issue. And the reason is your visibility is often determined by, there's I think 20 something factors that are where you show up in search results, is how Amazon factors that in. But when your, let's say, bestseller ranking drops, you go to a different category and your sales drop off significantly, you notice, I'm in this new category, my BSR, my bestseller ranking is way lower. Well, you could be dealing with a catalog issue, because it's unlikely that it would drop so quickly overnight. And getting those things fixed, I mean, it is not easy. So we talked about figuring out, how do you fix something like that when Amazon just changes your category for your catalog?
Yeah, everyone will probably tell you right away, just go ask seller support. But then probably 9.9 times out of 10, they're just going to say, oh, based on whatever your listing is, it's probably correct. And so that's one thing that you kind of have to circle back on. But one way that I like to do it is through your flat file. Download your category listing report, figure out what it's in, download the correct inventory report, basically, or flat file for that it should be in, or that was in the past, and just put all that information back into the correct one and then upload it. That usually does it. You can do a partial update, and then if that doesn't work, make sure your ASIN's in the
Whoa. We're getting a lot of feedback on that mic.
Oh, sorry. Make sure the ASIN's in the product identifier, and then do a full update or do another partial update. So try to push that.
When you're talking about doing a flat file upload, distinguish that from doing a partial or a full update.
Well, a flat file can be a partial or a full.
Gotcha. And so you just have to, a full would be putting all the details basically in there.
Because if you do a full update, you want to make sure your image URLs are in there and all that good stuff. Because whatever you update on that sheet is going to take. So those are the steps. And then, of course, if those don't work, go back to seller support and basically tell them and say, hey, look, this is incorrect. And then you might want to look at some potential trigger words on your listing that is causing that. Because most of the time it's Amazon just scraping listings and going, oh, there's this word in it or these words. We're gonna put that in, in a different category kind of thing.
Yeah, and everyone on Amazon says that seller support is not helpful. I've got a quote here at the bottom of the screen that says seller support is not helpful. Everyone on Amazon. I don't know anyone that would say they are super helpful.
No, and it's all templatized replies usually. So
I mean, I get it when you're at such a big volume of sellers that there's templatized stuff, but it makes it so difficult for the brand or the seller it's a big headwind.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time. Jeff Bezos has said, we know working with us is not the best. We're not the best partner. You can either use it as a headwind. It's a headwind or a tailwind, like my Mario. Okay. But I've told people all the time, I'm like, that's a heck of a headwind when you are just trying to get something fixed that was fine and Amazon changes it for you. Now, if you're reaching out to seller support and you say, please fix this, and that's it, I would get why you get a templatized response. But I have submitted, a 3-page plan of action that took me, a couple days to write out. And Amazon says, I'm sorry, we don't have enough information to reinstate your account on a seller suspension or whatever. It's like, did you even read what I submitted?
Yeah. And that's why it's always like, it's always good to try to take matters in your own hands and try to do all the angles and then use that as like a last ditch effort. Because most of the time that's how they would do it too, So it's just the knowledge base of how to fix things.
I kind of feel like, yes, you have to speak Amazon's language.
Yeah.
So I also feel like, depending upon how quickly I wanted something done or like what the stakes were, I may do a full update and I might reach out to seller support and say, we just did a full update. Please make sure that this sticks. And it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when I'm working on, different client accounts that I just started creating cases right away and saying, we're going to update this on the back end, even just manually, but then reach out to seller support and make sure that this sticks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want to show you this. So okay. Look, this was a post. I'll share my screen here real quick.
Whoa, trippy, man.
Oh, did you just do that?
Yeah, I just changed the background. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I have to add you as a guest.
Oh,
that's weird.
This is what I was talking about these back end attributes. This was 2 months ago. I see this constantly in different categories.
Okay, let's see it, buddy. Let's see it, bruh.
Right here, Stanley. The call outs, material, aluminum, capacity.
Ooh, interesting.
3 pounds. But capacity, it says 1.3 pounds. It's like there's a lot of things that you can do better with this. It's obviously the item weight's 1.3 pounds. It's not a capacity of 1.3 pounds.
Yeah.
I think that capacity is, I don't know.
So do you think that's an Amazon issue? Or you think that's a person uploading product?
That's a person uploading products. That's a
yeah.
Occasion office. It's like, really? Is that really your main occasion to have this in the office? No, probably outdoors, whatnot. Item weight, that's about right. And then you go to this one. Look at Yeti. So Yeti, look at this stuffing of keywords under occasion. So it's same.
I can't even see. What does it say?
It says anniversary, comma, baby shower, comma, bachelor party, comma, bachelorette party, comma, baptism, comma.
Ooh, bachelorette party, baby, with my Yeti.
It's like, who's running Yeti's deal on this? So it could be maybe a third party person, but it's ugly. And you can see that, like, you got material here, you got capacity. They did right on the capacity, but it's like, if you probably just put one of the
1.3 pounds.
Yeah, it says 14 ounces. So, I mean, it's saying that's right. But it's like, those are the kinds of things that are going to pop up. So if you got your back end just all messed up, your listing's going to look like crap. And like, I don't know.
And imagine the amount of sales that you could lose because you have an incorrect attribute and someone's like,
Yeah.
1.3 pounds, that doesn't make any sense. And then they just go back out into search. So, and the reason I say they go back out into search is because 50% of people make a purchase in 15 minutes or less. 28% purchase in 3 minutes or less. So you really think they're sticking around your product detail page to go, oh, maybe I will verify this information more? Because that's actually how all shoppers on Amazon sound. Oh, maybe I'll verify this information more.
Every single one of them.
But if they're really invested in your brand, sure. But if they don't know your brand, you need to, if you're not let's just put it this way. If you're not a Yeti, you have to do everything in your power to get that, to get that brand or that consumer to actually want to purchase your product. And when you're not doing that, you put yourself at a disadvantage.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
All right. So now that we fixed all things Amazon catalog and everyone knows how to fix Amazon catalog, what other problems have you been seeing? Because I mean, the AMA is about problems, right? It's not about, hey, I got really great sales. Can you help me post on social media about that?
Yeah. Problems. Oof. I don't know. Have you seen any problems recently?
Yeah. So actually, one of my biggest problems is trying to get more of these hats that are in stock that I've been looking at. Let me show you. Oh,
look at that.
Amazon with Brett store. Are you TOS compliant? Yes, sir.
This was a fun thing, and I just haven't marketed this. I've passed it on to a couple of people in the industry, and
pretty funny. Oh, is Jungle camo?
Yeah, they don't change color. I literally set this up within 12, like from ideation to actual
black hat.
Look at that.
Wait, what were you say? 12 minutes from ideation to?
No, it was like 12 hours.
Be the life of your call, make people laugh, and just enjoy your time. Now, why are you keyword stuffing the description? Maybe I don't want to enjoy my time.
Well, I think everyone wants to enjoy their time.
Okay, that's true.
But imagine you're walking around like Prosper with a white hat that says white hat on it, or a black hat.
Oh man, that would be okay. So I think you need to. Have you posted that on LinkedIn yet? Or
I have. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of traction. But,
okay, my next post is gonna be about these.
You should. And I just think it's funny because like, what if you pop on a call and you're just wearing a hat that says black hat or like white hat?
Well, it was very meta in that it was like I'm wearing a black hat.
Yeah.
And I'm in e-commerce, but it took me like 10, 20 seconds. I was like, oh yeah, black hat tactics. I get it now.
Yeah, so it's the same thing as wearing like a cowboy hat at a show, because people are gonna be like, oh, who's that guy? Or like, imagine just having a hat like that and people are like, oh, that's hilarious.
Now be honest, do you wear that to bed? That black hat to bed?
No.
Oh, you don't? No. Okay. Well, I guess
good?
I don't have any other comments to make. So what else have I been seeing? I think there's some basic stuff that people are still missing from a creative standpoint. And one of the biggest things is just telling people, I want to make a distinction between product benefits and product features. So I think people need to call out product benefits and not product features. They should do both, but I think the benefits matter more. Here's why. You are trying to get new people to your brand, and maybe you have a newer product. Maybe you've got a new type of technology, or you're using an alternative sweetener, let's say, in a product. Just saying, stevia, we use stevia. Okay, great. But if someone is newer to the category, maybe, and they're not quite sure of why they should use that, I think saying that you use stevia should really be secondary to no blood sugar spikes. Use stevia natural. Like, that is the direction I think people should be going from a creative standpoint. Because of those fast purchase decisions, you have to get people to know exactly why they're purchasing, and then I think you'll get quicker purchases.
Yeah. Are people not doing that anymore? That was like was like Amazon 101 back in the day.
Yeah, but the thing is, people are still not doing it, or it's like, use 1 tablespoon of this, and that's like the second or third image.
Do you think that's because of like, it's kind of what they do on their product page, like on their .com, because it's just very like, bam, bam, bam. It's very cut or dry, and it's like, okay, well, if someone's coming to your .com store, they already know why they want to buy it, so they want to buy it, or they're just doing research. Do you think that what you just said is the reason of that? Like, people are just like, oh, like, people are going to find it if they want it, kind of thing.
I think that's probably part of it. I think one of the other pieces is that people probably don't, like, when they are designing for their site, they've got a little bit more control over the UX. And so the images just are the images. They can design a lot around them, and people aren't thinking about how in Amazon you have to put a lot of stuff that would maybe be in the UX of your site into the actual media assets. And so you might be able to have a lot more descriptions, and maybe people on your site are reading that. And if you've got heat maps, you're able to determine that. But if you are not putting that stuff in your images, I don't really think are reading your bullet points, because your bullet points suck. Well, they don't suck, but just they're not reading it because they don't have time.
Yeah.
The best part about a lot of these Amazon statistics is that they often work, in a conversation, they often work in your favor. Like 70% of people don't go past page 1. If I'm talking with a new brand and we're quantifying Amazon, I've never heard anyone say, "No, I go to page 3 all the time." Yeah. Remember how I said consumers sound? No, I go to page 3 all the time.
That's exactly how consumers sound.
Yeah, all consumers. And so they are like, "Yep, that's me." I talked to someone earlier today. She said, I got a lot of experience with Amazon on the consumer side, 12 packages a day. And I was talking about, why is it important to be on top of page 1? People don't go past page 1. She's like, yeah, I don't. That's me. I mean, you are likely, if you're a brand, you're likely an Amazon consumer as well, just based on the metrics.
Yeah.
What other, so that's something that is really basic. That's just still not happening. And it should be, and it's not that difficult. Like, I've seen some people. Some people. You're a good dancer.
Thanks. It's all on the shoulders.
No hip movement.
No hip movement.
I think I laugh more during this 30 minutes during the day than I do any other time I'm working. I'll say working because my wife and daughter and I do love to laugh a lot, but I appreciate that.
That's why you got to hang out with me. That's why it's fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. I'm not I'm not disagreeing. But the how would I remember what I was going to say now? Probably wasn't that important.
Because my dancing.
Because you're dancing so good. But I think I want to go from down tempo to chill.
Oh.
This doesn't sound very chill.
It's pretty chill.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It feels more like chill hop. So the people just, it's pretty basic, but I think people are still missing out on opportunities to grow. I mean, I talk with brands all the time, and they're seeing poor performance on their site. So they're starting to lean more into the Amazon side of things. But the barrier to entry is just so much higher right now. We talked about this before, but the cost to get in, there's an advertising cost. There's all these different things. So I think you want to take it a step ahead from a creative perspective or any perspective, because you want to maximize your dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I think definitely got to have that piece. That's a big piece, the creative aspect of it. And I think it's just getting better and better.
What's best practice from your side in the creative piece?
Oh, I mean, I heard this years ago. It's called essential content. Your titles, bullet points. Titles are going to be the biggest driver for SEO. Like utilizing good search terms, phrases that are high volume in your titles. That's going to be the biggest driver. And then I personally think the better the creative, the better. Like A+ content, like creative, I think is amazing. Everyone kind of just goes, yeah, whatever. But I mean, I don't think any text should be in your A+ content. I think it should look like literally like a sales page for something, or like a product um, specification kind of thing, or you know what I mean, like something that just draws the attention. I think the image stack is huge too, and videos. Um, I think those are all big, and the image stack, like I like a mixture of lifestyle with like product benefits, like you
See,
said.
I would still say put text in creative, but I'm sorry, in the A+, but not the text boxes. Is that what
Yes,
you're
yes,
talking about? Okay. No,
that's
there
what.
should never be any text because I don't think people are reading it, and it takes away from your creative capabilities. I love doing just full
Yeah,
images, like you were saying. Full images. It's like a big infographic essentially.
yeah. And
And
if
I
you
can
if you use text on those images, make it big for mobile. And I
make it
think that's
big. And Amazon, I believe, has said that they crawl images, whether it's, I mean, yes, there's like tags you can put. Oh man, I just
sorry.
went full guy. The tags you can put in there I'm boring myself. The tags that you put in the images, or like the titles, those can contribute to A+ content. But I believe Amazon has said even in the media assets and in A+ content, you like that
Yeah, that's funny.
ticker. I had another one down there too. So the the text that's in the images, Amazon will crawl that
Yeah.
too, and actually use that to contribute to SEO.
They're doing what I've heard is they're doing it on the image stacks now too. Your main images.
Like media assets, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Someone famous once said titles are going to be the biggest driver for SEO.
Dude, that person is amazing.
Brett Bonneman. Or
Brad Bonneman.
have you heard someone say Bonneman before?
Uh maybe. I don't know. People are pretty good when I say my last name. There's some.
I mean, it's not that crazy.
No. But,
People get my name wrong all the time.
yeah, I can see that. Michael Mayer, right?
No, Mar. You just claim to be my friend and you can't even get it right.
I know it. I'm just saying, I just got it wrong on purpose.
How about that next ticker?
Maybe I didn't say that. You can't quote me on that. No.
I didn't. I quoted Brett Bominen.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I answered all my questions for Amazon.
I'm good.
What have you? Okay, couple events that are coming up. So Amazon Accelerate's coming up in September. I went to that last year. I will not be there this year. Another Amazon specific event is Unboxed, which is coming up in October. I don't know. I think that sounds kind of cool. There's been a lot of advancements on the advertising front, and so it'd be good to get in a room and talk with other people about that ad stuff. I feel like.
Yeah, there has been. That's been the biggest sector of Amazon that's just blown up.
So many people are curious, like, can the ads business get any bigger? And my answer is always yes. It can always get bigger.
Yeah.
Amazon's wants more money from you. All right. Well, this has been, I almost said The Longer Game, but that's my podcast. If you want to check that out, just go to The Longer Game on Spotify or Tidal, or actually, I don't know if it's on Tidal, but Apple Podcasts, whatever the case might be. But Brett, thank you for being a co-founder in this and co-founding my life with me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thankful for the co-founding ability that you have.
Oh, yeah.
You are founding in the co with me. That was the worst thing I've ever said. All right. Well, we did it. We did the show. We're out. Thank you to the 2,000 viewers that are here. I can't wait to make it 2001.
Perfect.
Oh, we're live?
What's going on?
Are we live?